We're going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship, zooming through the sky.
What's up, guys? My name's Daniel. Feel free to smash that like button, hit the subscribe button. It's completely free, costs you nothing. If you feel like donating, there's a way to do that down in the description. I love to have my back scratched. I like giving free information, but it also feels good to have a little bit returned to me as well. So, I also have a Facebook page if you guys want to check that out, or you have questions, or you just want to join, post your bike, whatever, talk about things. That link is also in the description. I have my PayPal link in there if you want to send a donation to buy me a cup of coffee, whatever. It also helps support the channel. So without further ado, let's get started. Hopefully I get to help you guys out today. Let's get going. Having my morning protein shake. Cheers to you guys. Oh, vanilla's the best. So I talked with the girlfriend and she was like, don't stop making content. Just buy a project and have fun. So that's what I did. Kick it off again with some simple stuff. Went and bought this 50cc scooter yesterday. $100. I already pulled a carb off the shelf because I know it needs one. I need to fix a little bit of the plastics up here. Remount a few things, because clearly he had quite the crash with this, but it does power up, starter works, needs a battery. I'm gonna have to fix the front. It needs a new front brake master cylinder, because as you can see, that one's toast. So, and I need a new gas lock because he didn't give me the key for the gas lock. So, of course, naturally I had to, well, there you go. I had to break the old one out, which I didn't want to do, but didn't have a choice. So there you go. So I'll have to order lock for that. I did get the trunk key. He supplied the trunk key. So basically battery, master cylinder, and gas cap. So today I'm going to put a new carb on it. See if we can get her fired up. I'm going to check all the vacuum lines. We're going to go from there. I tried to charge the battery last night. Obviously it did not take a charge because this is just reading as off. And it's not saying that it took any kind of charge. So, yeah, I'll disconnect the cables and check it again with my multimeter, but I'm pretty sure it didn't take any kind of charge. So, $20 battery, $15 brake master cylinder handle, and probably $8 gas cap, and maybe some fuel line and some vacuum line, and something tells me this thing's going to fire right up. Tires were flat when I got it. Went ahead and aired those up. Let's see if they held air. They did. That's a plus. See if the front one maintained its air. Yep. Okay. So, hopefully this comes down to just really simple stuff. I'll clean the scooter up real good. And then, you know, it's only got 3,000 miles on it. So, if everything works, I'll probably end up selling this scooter for around $800. Came with a title, 2 sets of keys, the trunk key. So, like I said, I got to the point where it was almost too easy to make money doing this with all these motorcycles and stuff. So I just kind of took a break, because after I made I don't know if you guys know, but I sell like 30 bikes a year, and that's a lot. That's a lot of motorcycle sales. And it's just me doing it. It's not like I owe a shop shit. So, yeah. So anyways, long story short, let's go ahead and change the carb on this thing and pull the seat, see what it does, see what it looks like under there, and we'll get started. Alright, let's pull these off. These are size 10. They've always been size 10. I've taken enough of these off to know that it's size 10. I'm going to use electric tools. You guys know how I roll. Let's see how long it takes me to get this scooter started and running. See if we can speed through this process of a scooter that's been sitting since 2019. I've taken so many of these apart at this point. It's become second nature to me. I don't even have to think about it anymore. There's the old carb as I suspected. It's never been changed. You guys can probably see that now. Lean you in a little bit closer. The old carb. Looks like most of the lines are still in pretty good shape, so I'm not really going to stress that. So, it's going to be a little bit of work here. Get the old carb out real quick. Loosen a few things. Should pop right off there. Get the fuel lines off. Check to see if they're deteriorating at all. If not, I'll go ahead and slap the new carb in. I'll go down and get some gas, and I'm going to go ahead and probably take a guess at this thing will fire up. So, sounds like it's got pretty good compression. Alright, let me strip this down. I realize you guys can't really see it. It's just kind of a downside of having the tripod. I'll see if I can leave it like this. I can't really move the scooter at all if I leave it like this though. I gotta be gentle while moving and pulling on things if I'm gonna have it like that. So loosen the clamps first. Once those are loose, and we'll get my screwdriver, break both of these free. Sorry if the camera moves around a little bit, guys. We'll start with the front. This is going to be really on there because it's been on here for a while. So it's the original carb. Getting these things to part can be a lot of work sometimes. So close. So close. You know you want to come off there. This one's putting up a good fight. Normally they don't fight this much. Alright, let's do this then. I'll loosen that clamp a little bit more. See if it makes it easier to come out. That's pretty loose at this point. That should pop off there. Shouldn't have this issue. Come on. Get out of there. You're so close. Get out of there. Come on. Ugh. Really, bud? Is it this holding it on? There we go. It's got to be this. This is not wanting to come off there. There we go. Okay. Now it should come off there. I don't really care about hurting the old carb because it's not a concern. We're going to be replacing it in a minute anyways. Luckily I don't have to do too much work here. Come on. Get off there. Ugh. All these old rubbers and plastics are very hard. There we go. Get that up there. Take this off if I can. Come on. Come on. Come on. Get off of there. What the hell? There we go. Oh, he must have pinched this shut. Is that what he did? There we go. There we go. Yeah, he's had this carb off before to clean it and stuff. So, let's get this fuel line off of here. See how deteriorated this is. If I can get it. Damn it. There we go. Oh yeah, it smells like old varnish. That smells pretty bad. And then we'll detach the enricher. Come on. Come on off of there. There. Piece of crap old carb. Alright. Let's pop in the new one. Let's pop in the new one. La, 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 la. And make sure there's no fuel sitting in this. Looks like that's... No, that fuel line is shot. I'm going to have to replace this fuel line at least that goes to the petcock on this one side. Yeah. Luckily it's not the one that connects to the tank. Not that I couldn't replace it, it's just that would be more of an annoyance. Let me make sure it doesn't have any cracks in it. Now that one's pretty shitty too. However, I think I can cut this one. So this fuel line is garbage. It's garbage. I'm going to cut this off and replace that fuel filter before we go too far. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to direct feed that one. No, I'll put a filter in there. That's fine. I'll remove the filter from here. And I'll move that filter up. So we'll take the new filter off of here. And I'll move that up. Let's install this carb real quick. Take the plastics off. Let's get this carb on there. And then we'll worry about replacing the gas line here in a second. Get all this out of the way. Get that down in there. We'll start with this. Down here. Get all this into place if I can. Oh boy, this old rubber is really bad shape. This is going to take a lot to get that back on there. Yeah, it's going to have to open a lot more. I may have to heat this up to get this back on there, folks. Let me try to push it on there from this direction. Oh boy. Come on. You can do it. Yeah. There we go. Right after the camera falls over, I get it. Come on. Stay, camera. Stay. Alright. So, let me get that the rest of the way on there. Move this screw so I can tighten it. There. Now that it's on there, let's go ahead and tighten it down a bit so it won't come off. There we go. That'll allow me to at least still maneuver it around. We're going to drop the drain all the way down there. What the hell? That connects here. Right there, if I can get it back in there. No. Gonna have to take this off. There we go. Alright. Drain goes down there. Let's see if we can insert that back into there. Beautiful. And then here's the other fun one. Getting it back into here. It's going to be so exciting. There we go. I'm going to have to put a towel there. Something pushed my arm against or I'm really going to get hurt. I have nothing to push against. That won't hurt. There we go. There. Alright. Airbox is in there. That's in there. Beautiful. Now, let's go ahead and reattach the throttle cable like so. Pull that back here. And then see where that gets loose at. That's going to be our new setting. So, should be some tension now. Good. So this one's a little different. That should be just fine as far as tension goes. Then I got to come down there and replace that fuel line. Yeah, good. Good snap back, good response. And this goes up here. Beautiful. New carb has been installed. We got to replace that fuel line. Let me tighten these back down now. There we go. I know that one's tight. And I'll tighten all these down after I make sure it's running and all that stuff. So I gotta come down here and replace part of this fuel line right here because this is cracked. So I'm gonna cut this, put the new fuel line in there, and then add a little bit of new fuel line to that. But other than that, everything else looks fine. So yeah, let me replace this little fuel right here, little fuel hose, and I'll go down and get some gas and we'll see if it fires up. So at this point there should be no reason the scooter doesn't start up and drive. Everything's new and fresh inside there, reinstalled. I put gas in the line already, we're good to go there. I replaced the fuel filter and that lower fuel line that was cracked right there, and then reserted it. So, I mean, at this point, there should be absolutely no reason the scooter doesn't start and run, unless it's got some significant issue I was unaware of. So let's power it on. There you go, lights are on. Let's see what it does. It's gonna take a minute to start because number one, it's gotta get gas all the way from up here to down there, and it's a petcock driven system, so it requires the vacuum. So we're about to find out if we have any severe vacuum problems or not, but let's find out. I'll also have to set the idle once it starts, if it starts. Whoops. Dan made a major boo-boo here, for those of you who weren't paying attention. Probably for the best anyways. There's a lot of crappy fuel line in there. I forgot to plug in the fuel line to the carb. I got excited and wasn't paying attention. Okay, let's try that again. I just started seeing fuel pour out. I was like, oh, okay, that's where we're at in life. Let's try that again. Let's give it a little second here. Oop, sounds like it's starting to get ready to go. Tell you what, let's check spark. Okay, let's see if that cylinder's sparking or not. That spark plug has no spark. So we had a no spark scenario, so I pulled out 2 coils to test them, still no spark, which obviously the next logical thing to do would be to test the CDI. Here's the old CDI. I went ahead and popped a brand new CDI up in the front there, and of course right after I did that we got spark. So now this should fire. Should start up. It's getting gas, it's getting spark, it's getting air, should fire. See what it does. There you go. Whoops. Okay, now that it's done trying to kill me, I took it off the center stand. Valves sound like they're in pretty good shape. A little noisy from not running for a while, but seems to be taking throttle. I'm going to wait until it idles down, and then I'm going to set the idle. I didn't think about the vibrations when I had it up there on the motorcycle lift. I'll have to strap it down next time. Sounds pretty healthy. Still idling a bit high. I'm waiting to see if that's warm up or not. I think it's past warm up, so I'm going to take a little out. Yep, okay. There it is. Perfect. Let me throw the seat on, we'll take it for a ride. See how it does. Yeah, it's running good enough that I may as well just give her a run around the block, see how it does. Sounds pretty healthy. Oh, and I got my front brakes back. They were not working prior to this. They are now working. Nice. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's got plenty of zip. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's a rocket. Nice. I need to fix this before I go too far, but nice. Front and rear brakes are now working. Beautiful. Man, it's got a lot of pull out the hole. I'm curious what's going on in the diff on this thing. Feels like he's done some stuff to the CVT tuning, because it's pretty snappy. It's something that I would do. Wow. All right. Well, I would say it's working pretty good. All I need is a gas cap at this point and a new battery. Oh, it's a rocket ship. Wow. And there you go. All cleaned up, washed. I fixed the head unit on it. Just waiting on a battery now and a gas cap. That's all it needs. That's it. I'm not gonna worry about the tape. I already fixed all this up, so somebody wants to take the time to remove all the old goo with WD-40 and all that, that's fine. I locked all this into place so it's all nice and tight. Redid it from the inside out, so that's good. And yeah, just gave it a quick wash. Got it all nice and clean. So all we're waiting for right now is just a new battery and a gas cap, and that's it. That's how quickly I work. That's how fast it is for me to turn out money, and that's a finished product right there. It starts up with the push of a button and it's ready to go. Remember, this thing's been parked since 2019. It had mud dauber nests in it and all sorts of other stuff, and Dan works. I'm really efficient. I know what I'm doing. I know how to easily troubleshoot, and I can get these things up and out my garage normally within 4 hours. I don't care how long it's been sitting. I'm pretty efficient at what I do. So if you like the information, you like the stuff that I provide, hey, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Help me out. I helped you guys out. You can help me out. And like I said, and I always will say, if you feel my time is worth it, and I've helped you, keep you from spending hundreds of dollars at a shop, feel free to send me enough for a cup of coffee. All my information's in the description below. You know, I don't mind making these videos, but you know, it kind of feels good to have your back scratched too. All right, guys, I'll catch you on the flip. Toodles.